Travel on today, supported by EPIC, the Irish Emigration Museum, the Jeannie Johnson, Urban Brewing, and the Anantara Marker Hotel.
Now, you're very welcome back to the show. Now, are you going to visit Dublin in the run-up to Christmas or over the holidays? Well, Michelle Jackson is back now to tell us some great sightseeing that maybe a lot of us mightn't know around the Dublin Docklands. Great to have you.
Great to be back.
And I suppose the Docklands in Dublin, massive development, of course, the convention centre, we know it from around that area. But there's so much to see down there, isn't there?
Absolutely. The Dublin Docklands, for me, one of the highlights is the EPIC Museum. Now, EPIC means every person is connected. And it's a great name for the Irish Emigration Museum because we're all connected around the world and it's a fascinating place to visit.
How long is this open, Michelle? Because I've never heard of this.
Oh, it's open, I think, about 10 years now, it must be, yeah. And it's located in the CHQ building, which is one of Dublin's most historic buildings on Custom House Quay there. And it used to be where they held cargoes of tobacco, etc. And it overlooks the Liffey. It was where people actually fled during the famine. So it's really poignant and a good spot to build an emigration museum. Now, it's totally interactive and digitised, so it's great for young people. They really love going to it. And it actually was won the European leading tourist attraction in the World Travel Awards for 3 years in a row.
I love that book thing you're doing there.
Book, is
it?
And you know what? When you pull open a little book, you get a reciting from Ulysses. That was Ulysses now that I just pulled back there. And
so we can pull back any of the books?
Any of the books. And so they're all books by famous Irish authors.
I don't think people realise this.
You will be enthralled for hours, and you've got that. You know that you can get to learn about notorious characters too, like Mrs. O'Brien's cow, who purportedly started the Great Fire of Chicago, and you know who else? Ned Kelly, of course, in Australia, and. The kids will absolutely love, but I was enthralled
infamous
too.
Absolutely, people.
Absolutely,
and is that a half-a-day event or a few hours?
I think you'd have to give it at least 2 hours. You could spend ages going around it. You know, the stories of Irish people are so moving, and there are so many of them. There's lots of different sections as well. Now, what I loved, and kids will love this, is they have a passport. So as you go into each room, whether it's the music room, the literature room, and you stamp your passport in the different galleries. And you know,
you dare not miss one of them.
You dare not
They'll
miss
make
one
you
of them.
go back.
It's a fantastic way to get around the gallery and get around all the galleries. You will be enthralled for hours. And as I said, it's one of the best digital museums I've definitely ever visited around the world.
And they've different exhibitions as well.
That's right. Tell us about the different exhibitions.
Well, coming up, and this is very kind of poignant as well, they've been planning this for months, and they are kind of going to recognise the greatness of Shane MacGowan's music in the Music Gallery. And they've got an exhibition starting next Friday, December the 8th, and it's called From the Line. The line, they gave the walls a talking from of course, one of their songs. But they also have created this amazing, remarkable exhibition of characters. You know the famous line, the boys of the NYPD choir were singing Galway. Well, they went and did their research. There never was an NYPD choir.
No.
But they created one from Irish diaspora, and they gathered together with a local choir in New York, and they do a beautiful rendition of Galway Bay, and that is going to be.
And you can see that there as part.
Yes, as part of the exhibition. I just thought it was very
well, now
moving
it's more
when
poignant than ever.
Absolutely,
after today.
It's going to be wonderful to see. So that's a great. One of the pop-up exhibitions. They have so many of them, and it's done in collaboration, of course, with Hot Press, as we heard earlier, and it's going to run until the end of January 2024.
Yeah,
oh, fabulous!
Moving on to a kind of a Kerry export. To the Jeannie Johnson.
Oh,
it was built just outside Tralee in Liverpool.
But the Jeannie Johnson is literally across the way in the water there, isn't it?
It's literally in the water. It's beside that famous famine statue, which is remarkable. And when you buy your ticket, you can get it two attractions in one. And this really is an opportunity to take in the sights of the lovely Dublin Docklands. And the Jeannie Johnson tells the story of thousands of Irish people who fled the famine. And you know, the great thing about Jeannie Johnson was they never lost a passenger. And the reason is because they had a doctor on board, and the passengers were treated better, they had better diets, they were given more food. And this is a chance to really experience what it would have been like on a tall ship. You hear the remarkable stories of the passengers, and again, it's all interactive. There'll be people there.
See, I love that, you see, walking around, because you just kind of, you can touch, literally, you're on the ship.
Absolutely. It brings history to life, and this is why I say it's a great thing to bring kids to.
It is. They'll get it quicker, I think.
They will get it quicker, absolutely.
They have a great knack of going into every nook and cranny and pressing every button inside in those museums and everything. Things that we wouldn't do at all.
They discover them. They show us how to do them, don't they?
Oh, that's a lovely thing to do as well.
We keep them away from the next one, though.
Oh, well, you know, the CHQ, it's a great place to go.
For a few years.
A great place for shops, but there also is a lovely microbrewery called
that either.
Urban Brewing. And it's the only place where you can actually taste their fantastic beer. Now, they're part of the O'Hara's brewery.
So you take us through
which is
every
one
one
of
you're
the-
tasting
And
there,
I
yeah.
had to do it. I had to taste
you poor
four lovely.
Greta.
Oh, it was
You'll
such a
bring any
hardship.
bottle
The
down
things
to us,
I do
right?
for you guys,
Oh,
come
yeah.
down and tell you about it. But you know, it's also great for family gatherings. They've got
Nice
beach
restaurants.
down in the cavern. They've got this beautiful dining area, and they cater for families with kids menus. And if you're looking for team or group activities with your work, great, of course, for Christmas parties. And they're open Tuesdays to Sundays. They do lunch and they do
gorgeous
dinner.
sellers.
Fabulous menus they have, and of course they've got a special brew coming out actually to coordinate with the Walls. They gave the Walls a Talking exhibition to commemorate. No, now it's to commemorate. Then it was to be part of the exhibition.
So there's a
of
beer
the
to go
poets.
with it.
So there's a beer to go with it, and that'll be coming out next week with the exhibition.
I think you'll see a lot of people going to this now because, you know, as you said, the whole area, you can just spend the whole day there. You could just go
can.
into the museum, take a little break for lunch, then go across to Jeannie Johnson.
Some lovely places to
And
stay
even
as
for
well.
New Year's Eve, they've got special a 4-course tasting menu for New Year's Eve. You can book that online. All this, of course, will be on our Today Facebook page.
Very
if
good.
you want to connect with it.
Lovely, good.
It'll be good.
Now, where to stay?
Well, I just think if you want to stay in the Docklands, where better than the Anantara Marker Hotel, because you're right beside the fabulous Bordgosh
You're a great
Theatre.
view.
Go and see a show.
Yeah.
You're beside the Dart as well, so you can go travel outside the city. You're only about 35 minutes from Howth, where I'm from, and you know, fantastic dining there. But they do
The views I love.
They do a special thing with guests. They offer them a chance to go out to Howth, travel around Ireland's Eye there, as you see, get to see the seals, see the process of fishing industry, and then learn how salmon is smoked and bring it back to the hotel. And then you've got celebrity chef Gareth Mullins there with Forbes Street, and he will take you through, you know, all the fantastic dining that they have in his restaurant. You know, there's a great Dublin saying, you know, what's the story? And he says that there's a story to all the food they create.
Well, that's
and they're very careful about where they access their
Where they
produce
source it,
from and
yeah.
where they source it, make sure it's all very local and beautiful. But you know, you saw the facilities there. They've got a fabulous swimming pool.
I love the outside terrace as well.
Yeah, that's
really, really nice.
yeah.
Now,
I'm
maybe
sure
a
it's-
bit cold this
But
evening.
they probably have heaters and everything out there. I'd say they do.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, it's
Michelle, as well, you could take in something at the Bordgosh, of course, next door. You could take in a
But
show.
This is it.
Yeah.
And as I said, you can take in the suburbs by going out, but the Docklands itself, you only walk across a footbridge over to the
I know.
CHQ from the Epic to the Anantara Marker, and it's absolutely fantastic. They've got some Christmas festive stays and packages, which we have put on the
On the social channels.
social channels.
Michelle,
as
thank you
well.
so much.
Thank you, Michelle.
That's great. A lovely walk through Dublin. We didn't know the half of it. Now we do. I'm only
Actually
across the
didn't
way
know
from
the half
it.
at all. Outside the
Seriously.
Marker Hotel.
Well, it's
I
true.
knew that Jeannie Johnson was there.
No, but we didn't realise
But that
about all
Epic-
the Epic. We
that
didn't,
Epic
to be
museum,
honest.
I wanted to see that.
Shame we
God,
didn't.
isn't it?
Thanks, Michelle. And as Michelle said, if you need more info, of course, check out our social channels, Facebook and Instagram at RTE Today. And Michelle, we shall see you very, very soon.
Thank you.
Travel on Today, supported by EPIC, the Irish Immigration Museum, the Jeannie Johnson, Urban Brewing, and the Anantara Marker Hotel.